Hello, everyone, all the Groovesters out there, and all of you lovely women in the Women Helping Women group. My name is Kasie, and I come to you live every week to share new information about Groove. Groove is a platform which provides 20 different online tools to simplify your business. I use Groove to engage in affiliate marketing, but today I want to talk to you about how other people use Groove for other aspects of their business. Networking has been one of my favorite things to do in my online journey. I have met some amazing people that have led me into business opportunities. So today I'm being joined by one of these connections I've met online. I want to welcome Sherry Gibson to the live event. Hey, Sherry.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm multitasking, which is what we do, right?
Right.
So happy to be here, though.
So coming live from the car?
Yeah, I'm in the van on my way to an appointment. Not driving, though. I'm on the side of the road.
Perfect. So why don't you share a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So thanks again, Kasie, for having me. My name is Sherry, and I guess I am like a lot of other women in that I've had a few different types of careers. I started out as a speech therapist. That's my primary training, and I've done that for about 20 years. And as I'm getting into the middle of my life, I was just feeling burnt out. And so I was like, I need to do something else. And so I've been teaching online for a few years, and I really enjoyed that. That's how I met Kasie. And more recently, though, I've been doing copywriting. I've always loved to write. I just never really made it a priority because, life, 4 kids, job, right. That kind of stuff. But now that is kind of where all of my focus is on copywriting, and I really love it.
Yeah. And she helps me with all of my writing because that is not my passion. So let's talk about, let's see. I am doing affiliate marketing with Groove. I enjoy sharing that aspect of the business. I also use it to build webinars and courses, but I wanted to know, like, how are you using Groove?
Yeah. So for me, the only time I was ever good at selling things was when it was Girl Scout cookies, because everybody wanted them, right? Or if it had to do with raising money for charities. I always was really good at that. So doing affiliate marketing was something that I was like, I don't know. I mean, Groove is an amazing product, but I actually got into Groove more just to help me with my business. Mm-hmm. So as a copywriter, I need a website, right? A lot of people, in order to be considered legitimate, they want to know what your website is. And I totally get it. I have a portfolio. I have several pieces of writing that I can share with them, but I needed a website. And I talked to people about creating it, but I love designing like on Canva. And I know websites are completely different, but the fact that Groove offered that as part of their free tools was part of the reason why I wanted to do Groove. And then also I want to do more blogging. I do a lot of content blogs for different industries. And I probably need to have a blog that will show my work as well. So that's what drove me to Groove, was just that ability to have all these different tools that I needed to help market my business right there at Groove.
Right. I remember at one point us talking about the fact that you can have 3 websites with Groove. So you could possibly do one for copywriting and possibly for your speech therapy or something. So I think that is pretty neat. So now we have been part of the same network for quite a while with online teaching. So let's talk about networking. Can you share with us, what does networking mean to you?
So to me, I think my version of networking, and this is just my definition, this is not Webster's, my definition of networking is reaching out to people when I need help and offering help when I think that I may be able to provide it.
Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comment section, what do you feel networking is? How would you describe it? And do you use it for your business? I think most of us have to for their businesses. For me, it's making connections. And having, you know, a bunch of people in your network means you've reached out, you've talked to them, you made connections with them.
Yes, I think I moderate several different Facebook groups, some for clients and then some just as volunteer. And I would say that like a lot of people like to market themselves by like offering things, whether it's affiliate marketing or whatever. I've done more just trying to help people, like with teaching. If someone needs some help with finding material or they have questions, I just help. But what happens is when I'm helping, I'm coming from a place of gratitude. And then I end up having people contact me and saying, hey, you know, I heard you're doing this, which is nothing related to teaching. They're like, I've heard you're doing some copywriting. Could you maybe help me with this? And that's how Kasie and I came together. I've had several other clients that way. And it was just from helping others and networking. Every single position that I've been offered in the last year has been done online due to networking.
Yeah, a lot of my collaborations and things have been from networking as well. So I did find, I think this was on Forbes, don't quote me, but it said networking assists you in identifying opportunities for partnerships, joint ventures, or new areas of expansion for your business. So personally, when I was starting my YouTube channel, I reached out to some fellow teachers in my network and started doing these interviews. And, you know, it started before COVID, but really during COVID, people wanted to come and chat, whether they were live with me like you are now, or in the chat box. And what would happen was I would reach out to fellow teachers and they would reach out to their networks and so on. At one point, we had about 27 or 30 people still chatting after 2.5 hours. So,
wow.
You know, part of it was COVID and people wanted to chat, but the other part was teachers meeting teachers and talking to their groups. And we just kind of all came together and started talking and collaborating. So I would never have had that many people if it wasn't for the network of others. So I thought that was really interesting and a story to share.
Oh, I think that's awesome. And I think that's one thing that makes this group amazing. When you told me about Women Helping Women, the Facebook group, and when you told me the size of the group, I was blown away. And now, like reading through the feed every day, it reminds me of, so I recently did research for an article on Sarah Blakely, who is the founder of Spanx. She's an amazing woman. And one thing that I found really, really cool was at the very beginning of her pivoting from her door-to-door sales of fax machines job to founding her own business. She made it a priority for her. One of her guiding principles was that she wanted to support and work with other women. And she has stayed true to that principle to this day. And so that's why I think it's amazing that we have forums like Women Helping Women where we can network and create some great relationships.
Yes, I agree. I was thinking another example about networking was I had seen a course and it sounded really interesting, but I didn't know the person that was offering it, you know, and it wasn't a cheap course, but then someone else in my network had taken the course and she became an affiliate, and she was Nancy. And she said, hey, I just finished this course. This person's great. So although the instructor didn't have the know, like, and trust, this person did. So, you know, we're both in this network, I guess you would say. So she reached out and then I took the course. So, you know, just networking with friends, you can find other opportunities and things. I love networking. I love talking to other people and making connections. So
me too, for sure.
Yeah. I did want to share one more quick thing. Do you have time?
Oh, sure.
So I have found on Forbes the 7 ways you can create a network of helpful people. And I was like, that sounds interesting. So I looked into it, and basically it says the number 1 was stay top of mind. So you want to be one of those first people that people think of when they need something or when you have something to offer and they're trying to send somebody else to you, you want to be the top of their mind. Now, if you need to check these out, you might want to go to Forbes and check them out. I'm only like giving you the short little things of them, but Number 2 is expect nothing in return.
Mm.
I think that pretty much speaks for itself. So we kind of are always, you know, when you come from a place of service and gratitude, things just kind of come for you. Come to you. You're not expecting anything in return. You're just helping someone, and then it's like, oh, wow, that just happened, right?
Right.
So that was number 2. Number 3, make the relationship meaningful. You know, it's easy just to say these people are my network, but if I'm not making connections or making it worth their time to be part of my network, they're not really going to want to stay, and I'm not going to be on the top of their minds. So number 4 was focus on transparency. You want to be honest, and I'm going to read this straight from here. It says, it's hard to want to help someone when you think they're full of crap. And that's so true, right? If you hear someone just like talking and talking all about themselves or arrogant or something, you're not going to feel like getting something from them, you know?
Right. You don't want to work with that person. Yeah.
Yeah. So full transparency, be real, let people know. I probably say way too much more than I should at times, but people in my network really get to know me. Make sure your connections know what's valuable to you. That's number 5. You don't want them to feel like you're just checking off boxes, right? You want them to know how you feel about things.
A genuine connection.
Yeah. Number 6, show appreciation. I think that's self-explanatory. Thank you. Show appreciation for what they're doing or what their network is doing. And the last one was, remember, small gestures are just as valuable. To me, my favorite small gesture is, it's also my love language, is words of affirmation. So just somebody writing me a quick note saying like, thank you, or hey, how are you feeling today? Or hey, what's going on? Just a small gesture just to let me know they're thinking of me is just, I mean, it says just as valuable, but it's huge. It's priceless to me. So.
Yes, I agree. And also one thing that I think is that if you're great at maybe not always remembering, so I have to now I have to kind of write things down, but like asking them, oh, how did this go? When you remember them sharing like an important event that was coming up, and then you ask that, they're like, wow, you remembered that? I'm like, yeah, because then, you know, it makes people feel like they are important to you because they are. So really good things. That's a great list, Kasie. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. And you're very good at that, remembering what's upcoming and things. And I'm just like scattered, like, oh, what's next? What's next? And she's like, oh, how did this work out today? I'm like, oh, did I tell you about that? So thank you. Well, that is it. If you have any questions, please put them below this video or reach out to me. My email is kasie.oswald@gmail.com. That's it. Thanks for coming, Sherry.
Thank you. Women helping women. That's what it's all about. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, you too. All right, everyone. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.